Hello everyone, welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I am Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. Thanks for joining us. Listen, I've been getting inundated with phone calls, and despite the fact that we have done several videos explaining this, none of you seem to want to believe me. And the question I'm getting all the time is, what do I do with all of my magazines come July 1st? Well, today we're going to spend a few minutes talking about I'm keeping my magazines and why you should keep yours too. Okay, before we get rolling, you guys know the drill. Click the like button if you like this video. Click the subscribe button if you want to stay up to date on issues related to your Second Amendment rights. Click the little bell logo if you want to be notified when we post new videos. And most importantly, let's keep the comments and discussions coming. That's how we're going to make sure that we're getting our video out to more lawful and responsible gun owners like yourself. Okay, so I'm going to try to make this as simple to understand as I possibly can because nobody seems to believe me. Now, we're going to use me as the example, okay? Now, I have several firearms that I carry depending on what kind of mood I'm in or what kind of outfit I'm wearing. Now, I will rarely but occasionally carry a single stack 9mm. This is an 8-round magazine. I don't particularly like the firearm that this goes to. I don't really like single stack firearms because they seem a little snappy in my hand, and I don't candidly shoot them as well as I do with double stacks. But this magazine is legal today and would be legal July 1st of this year and beyond. Now, I do have two firearms that I do carry quite frequently. One of which has a 3 1/4 inch barrel. And I do carry appendix, so sometimes I like having that 3 1/4 inch barrel. It's a little less intruding than the other one. The standard magazine for that one comes in a 12-round magazine, okay? This is the standard capacity magazine that I carry with that firearm. I have many, many of them. I have a couple different models of this firearm. And so, yes, this magazine is legal for me to possess now, but it will also be legal for me to possess after July 1st, okay? Now, I also have another firearm that I probably most frequently carry. It's a 4-inch barrel, and candidly, the reason I carry it is because it is the firearm that I shoot the best. It is the one that I am most confident in putting shots on target. Now, it comes with a 15-round standard capacity magazine, which is what I normally carry it with. Okay, this magazine is legal today, but it will still be legal for me to possess after July 1st. The firearm also comes, if you want, with an extended 17-round magazine, which I usually use just for the range. The extension, unfortunately, adds to the handle length, and so it makes concealment a little bit more difficult, but they're good to have in the range. Now, this magazine is legal today, but it will also be legal for me to possess after July 1st. So you sit there and you go, well, wait a second. How can that possibly be? Well, here's why. I want you to pay attention to what the bill actually outlawed. Okay, now listen, I know a lot of you don't believe me, so I'm putting the link to Engrossed Substitute Senate Bill 5078. That is the version of the bill that passed, and I want you to pay careful attention to Section 3 of the bill, because that's what imposes the new legal restrictions, and that part of the bill specifically states, no person in this state may manufacture, import, distribute, sell, or offer for sale any large capacity magazine except as authorized in this section. Okay, let me break that down for you again so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, under this bill, under this proposed legislation, which is going to be signed by the governor, the law will now restrict no person in this state may manufacture, import, distribute, sell, or offer for sale any large capacity magazine except as authorized in this section. Now, here's what the bill does not say. The bill does not say that no person in this state may own, possess, have, carry, have on your person, or have in your car any large capacity magazine except as authorized in this section. And that, my friends, is the critical thing about this statute. The possession. the possession of 17 round, of 15 round, of 12 round magazines does not become unlawful on July 1st of this year. What does become unlawful quite clearly is the commercial transaction involving any high capacity magazines. Okay, so your FFLs will no longer be able to sell them. If you are buying a firearm at an FFL, if you are ordering a firearm online and having it delivered to an FFL, if it comes with a standard magazine which exceeds 10 rounds, you will not be given that magazine. You will be given the firearm, but you will not be given that magazine. So, for all of you who are wondering, what am I going to do with my magazines come July 1st of 2022? My advice is just keep them and keep using them, because nothing in this bill makes that unlawful. Okay, now listen, I want to quell one other misnomer about this, and I get this question frequently as well, too, which is if I take a bunch of high-capacity magazines and I travel out of state, I go to Idaho, I go to Oregon, and then I come back home bringing my magazines with me, now I'm importing high-capacity magazines in violation of the law, right? And as poorly as this statute is written, and as oftentimes as our state legislature wraps up people into illegal activity through poorly worded statutes, this is a rare exception where the legislature actually clearly defined that. Because under the newly amended RCW 9.41.010 subsection 38, import is now defined as: import means to move, transport, or receive an item from a place outside the territorial limits of the state of Washington to a place inside the territorial limits of the state of Washington. But this is where it gets really important for you who are proposing this hypothetical. Import does not mean situations where an individual possesses a large capacity magazine when departing from and returning to Washington state, so long as the individual is returning to Washington in possession of the same large capacity magazine the individual transported out of state. So yes, you can take your large capacity magazines out of state, bring them back home with you. You are not importing. Now, if you go over to Coeur d'Alene or you go down to Portland and you stock up on a bunch of high capacity magazines and bring those back to the state, now you're engaged in the unlawful act of importing. So for all of you out there who are wondering, what am I going to do with my 15, my 17, my 12, my 30 round capacity magazines come July 1st? I got so many of them. What am I going to do? Well, I'm keeping mine and I'm going to continue to use them, and I suggest you do the same. Why? Because this law does not prohibit the possession of these magazines. Listen, you may have more questions about this ridiculous magazine ban or anything else related to your Second Amendment rights, and if you do, don't ever hesitate to contact us at WashingtonGunLaw.com, or of course you can call us directly at 425-765-0487. Now let's all remember that part of being a lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here at Washington Gun Law, is to know what the law is in every situation and how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching. Stay safe. Hello again, everyone. Hey, I just wanted to remind you that Washington Gun Law is going live again Monday, April 4th at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's Monday, April 4th, 7 p.m. right here on YouTube. Bring your thoughts, bring your ideas, most importantly, bring yourself. I'm sure that our state legislature and the ATF will give us gobs and gobs to talk about. So once again, join us live Monday, April 4th at 7 p.m. In the meantime, stay safe.